Hi, Year 9. I thought that this would be the best way to give you the information for the worksheets today. Seeing as I can't be there, I know it's a little bit creepy. Um, and I know that you're probably so excited because you're not sitting in your seating arrangement, but make sure that you listen to this video properly and fill in the worksheet and answer the questions properly because this is in your exam. Okay, I'm going to go over a few things that we already touched on last lesson just to refresh your memory and for those people who weren't here. This term we're studying personal finance. So we look at all financial decisions and activities of an individual. So this includes your income, spending, budgeting, insurance, savings, investing, debt servicing, borrowing, and managing finances. I know you have two sheets in front of you. There is one sheet that's a closed passage that does go with this PowerPoint, but I will tell you when you are to use that worksheet. At the moment, it's not needed. Okay, so in this unit, basically at the end of the unit, you'll be able to make a more informed judgment and effective decisions around the use and management of your money. Okay, we already did this last lesson. We spoke about different types of income and came up with quite a few. All right, why do we work? So the reasons why people work is not just for money. People work for enjoyment. They're interested in what they're doing. They want to be a contributing member of society. They want to improve their status. They want to support their family. There's social reasons behind working. They want to learn skills and experiences, sometimes an expectation, and there are a number of other reasons why people choose to work. Okay, I want you to pause the video and I want you to type that link into your search bar and watch this clip. It goes for about 15 minutes. The link definitely works. Actually, I might also attach this link to the email, so that second link behind this one, below this one, is the link for this slide. Otherwise, you can type it into the search bar. It definitely works. And I want you to watch the clip. While you're watching the clip, I want you to put the heading in your book, why do we work? And I want you to answer these two questions at the end of watching the video or while you're watching the video. What reasons are given for needing money? And then do you agree which are the most important of those reasons? So watch the clip, pause it if you need to, and answer those two questions. Once you've completed that, come back to this video and continue watching. Okay, I want you to now take out that sheet of the closed passage. I'm pretty sure that the first thing is to define income. This is not the definition of income, but I want you to find the definition of income and write that in there. In Australia, most people, well around 86% of people in Australia, make their income from being an employee and working for a wage, a salary, a fee, or commission. You can see in the diagram there, you are the red dot, you work, and as a result, you get money or an income. Okay, we're going to go through the different types, or a few different types of income. There are many more in your textbook, but we're just going to stick with these ones for the moment. Okay, the first is wages. This is the money paid by an employer to an employee for a period of work. So if you have a part-time job, you are paid a wage. You're paid on a weekly or hourly basis. So the amount of hours worked within this period will determine the amount of wages the employee receives. Generally, no person is required to work more than 8 hours in a regular working day. But if you do work over 8 hours and you earn a wage, you get paid hourly, it will be considered as overtime and you get paid more than you normally would at your hourly rate. So if you were to work, for example, when I was working at Big W, if I was to work more than 8 hours in that day, any hour after that I would get paid a percentage more. Overtime is becoming increasingly common in Australia, so a lot of people earn a lot of money on overtime. Many workers in Australia also work for a rate known as a penalty rate. This rate is based on when a person works rather the hours, meaning that people can receive penalty rates for working on the weekend or during public holiday. So instead of the hours working, you're receiving an extra rate for working on the weekend or a public holiday. This is usually known as double time. Now, a lot of businesses sometimes on a Sunday will provide time and a half. So you get paid for the time that you work plus half of that time as a penalty rate, as a bonus. On a public holiday, you get double time. So if you earn $6 an hour, on a public holiday, you'll earn $12 an hour. People who receive wages are usually those employed in any unskilled or semi-skilled jobs. This is a blue-collar worker, like a tradie. They usually include factory workers, shop assistants, butchers, etc. So these aren't professionals earning wages. These are blue-collar workers. Okay, a salary is paid to people who are employed on a yearly basis. This means that their rate of pay is based on an amount per year rather than per week or hour. So I get paid on a salary. Salary earners are generally employed on this basis because their job usually requires flexible working hours and not the average 9 to 5 job. So I don't work 9 or 8:30 till 3. I'm usually here an hour before school, and I'm usually here maybe 2 or 3 hours after school. Now, I don't get paid overtime or penalty rates for working those additional hours because my job requires flexible hours. People who receive a salary obviously will earn more than those on a wage, those unskilled or semi-skilled jobs, because people receiving a salary are in skilled jobs. So the white collar, if you think of a business shirt, white collar professionals are earning a salary. Some salaried jobs offer workers flexi time. So this means that the employee can choose what time they will start and finish, provided it suits them, but they must ensure that they complete the right amount of hours. So I obviously don't have that choice because if I decided to turn up at 12 o'clock, some of my classes wouldn't have a teacher for the day. But other businesses where you're not relied on being face-to-face with somebody, like I am as a teacher, they can choose the times that they want to work. So they want to start at 10, they'll have to finish at, say, 6 instead of 5, but they'll still need to make sure that they complete all the work and they complete all the hours. In some situations, when employees work more than their hours, they can add this extra time up and have a flexi day off. In other circumstances, flexi time might be built into the daily work hours so that people may accumulate what is known as an RDO or a rostered day off in a 2-week period. So after 2 weeks, you get a day off. Obviously, that is only in certain businesses and careers and not in every business. Okay, commission, people are paid according to the volume of sales that they generate through their work. So I want you to try and think of any careers that will earn a commission. So if they make more sales, they get more money. There is one that really stands out, and that's a real estate agent. So if they sell a house, they get paid a salary. It's usually a little bit lower, but they do get paid a salary. And then if they sell a house, they will get commission from that sale. Okay, a fee is usually charged by a professional for the completion of a job or a task or project. So this is a professional such as an accountant. When you do your taxes, they'll charge you a fee. Doctor charges you a fee for visiting them. Dentist charge and receive fees. Fees can also be paid to people in the performance or creative arts profession. So an artist, actor, musician. These people charge their fee for the service. can you just write next to this on the closed passage, this is known as a royalty? Most people will generally sign a contract that outlines the activities that must be performed in order to earn their fee. So my dad's a builder. My dad will draw up his fees for building a house or renovating a house. He'll give that to the client. They have to pay that money, and that is how he earns his income. Okay, I want you to take some time now to define the following words: interest, dividend, return or a return, and shareholders. Now, you can earn money through interest. When you put money in the bank gives you a percentage back. So they reward you for saving with them. It's kind of like a thank you for saving with us. And you can earn money by just keeping your money in the bank. A dividend is earned when you have a share or you are a shareholder in a company. So you may have bought 10 shares and they may have been $10 each. And at the end of the financial year, when that company works out how much money they've made, some of that profit will be given back to you in the form of a dividend, what is known as a dividend. Now, you don't always receive that money because they may not make money. In the same breath, you may receive money, but it may not be the same amount that you received the year before because they didn't make as much. So I want you to define those 4 words. If there's space on the page or in your book. At the bottom, you have additional questions to complete. These need to be completed in your book, again, under the title Income or Types of Income, and have that completed by next lesson. If there is any questions, please email me. I am at school, so I will have access to my email. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your lesson.